Okay, I've got a little problem. Man, I leave the server for 2 minutes and look at... Oh man, there's not even a safe place to go. Oh gosh, I'm going to get myself killed. Do I have a hidey hole? Give me a hidey hole. This is terrible. You see, guys, I built this Guardian farm in survival, not really knowing what I was doing, but I took what I learnt from here and then made the design I did my tutorial on. So I am currently in the process of trying to convert this into the tutorial version. But as you can see, we're having a few technical difficulties. See, I put all these guys into a little holding... Oh, I've got to get out of here again. I shut off the lava so they wouldn't die, to get them all in a little holding cell so I could get upstairs to the water streams and hopefully redo them completely. See, it's a bit hard at the moment because the entire monument's covered in soul sand, so I'm getting bombarded by these guys. So I thought, put them all in a holding cell, that way there'd be fewer spawns and I would have less problems trying to put the water streams in. But I logged out with them all in the holding cell and they've managed to bust their way out during the relog, so this is bad. So much for my intro. I was going to do a pleasant little intro. Oh, now I'm breaking chests on top of the farm, saying what we're doing this episode, but now it turns out we're just having a big old fight. Okay, I need to change strategies, I think. Do I have any lava buckets? And do I have any fire resistance potions? Man, if I do, my chests are over there. Okay, I am going to make a run back to my portal, which is on the other side of the monument. This is going to suck. Oh no, someone's died here. That's not good. Now I've got to try and collect all their stuff. Well, I've left a nice little surprise for somebody. Okay. They're like, yeah, I'll come over and use Cortezerino's Guardian farm, and they've walked through the portal and encountered this rubbish. No one sent me a message though. It's lucky I found their stuff as quick as I did. That would have despawned. With elytra and everything. I have somebody to apologise to. Oh no, they're here as well! Oh man, I've made a mess. Oh yep, it's on, come on, get some lava. Raya, come here. Boom. Oh, I'm stuck in it. You guys as well, die. Just everyone die. Ow. I wonder if they all just burst out or if someone accidentally knocked a hole in the glass. Oh, I think they did, because I've shut the whole thing down so no one's dying, so they were trying to XP it by the looks of it, and they might have let them out. Alright, you guys die. Stuck in the lava again. Come on, everyone. Dead, please. Okay, so I think I might leave all this lava where it is, just in case we have another horrible accident. Let's go do the intro that I was planning on doing. G'day folks, it's Cortezerino. Fancy seeing you here for the first time today. Anyway, what are we doing today? Well, we are upgrading my Guardian farm. Which is easier said than done, because this is my survival version that is completely different from the tutorial version, but I'm trying to convert it, which is very hard with these guys bouncing around, so I'm going to do all of this off camera because it is going to be a bloodbath. But what I will show you that I've done is all my changes getting ready for the new storage system. So all this area will soon to be gone. The Guardians will just drop straight down, and I've been building all the stuff that I had in the tutorial down below, and that I think is pretty much done. But what I'm doing is I'm bringing all my items up to here. See, if you were using the the ocean monument as your base, you probably wouldn't want to have the storage for all the crystals and shards and stuff up here because it takes up so much room. So in my tutorial, I showed a space down below where you could build your storage system. And if anyone got the world download, like I didn't do a storage system in the tutorial, but the world download actually has one. I built a small system in the world download, so it's more of an example of how you might do it, but there is plenty of room down below. But because I'm not using this area as my base, it would be a big empty spot if I didn't put the storage up here. So that's what I'm doing. And so I've changed it up since last time. So I've got all these chests here for the crystals. This entire back wall is for the shards. And then the cooked fish is right up the back there. And I had to figure out a way of getting around the guardians spawning in these water streams. So we will get guardians up here. Originally I just had a fence gate in the side of the wall so the guardians could swim out or bounce their way out. But I found that was not working. So the only one that worked was the one I had down here for the cooked fish, where all the items, if they didn't go into the hoppers, would go down here and they've got some lava right down the bottom. That was working because the water streams would push the guardians down into the lava. So that's what I'm doing in every single section now. So I've just got a line of hoppers right across the top that will run across all the hoppers in the storage system. So what happens is the items will come up here. They'll flow across about 5 hoppers, 4 or 5, and then any that don't manage to enter the hoppers will come down here and be destroyed, which I'm not sure how fast the item's going to be coming up, but I shouldn't get any destroyed, but the guardians will be pushed down there and into the lava. So that is sorted there, and I'll show you what I've got going on downstairs. So here's the little XP area, and I'm trying something different for this, something different to the tutorial. Originally I just had a 1 wide space for them to sit in there to be killed, but now I've pushed it back so we've got a 2x4 space. I'm not sure if the guys at the back are going to be able to shoot me. If they can, I may adjust the design of this, but I just wanted more hoppers collecting the items, so we'll see what happens with that when I'm done, whether they shoot me or not. But what I've done as well is in the tutorial I just had all the items going into a single dropper, and that was shooting up a water stream and getting sent into the other water stream with all the other items. But now what I've done is I've got pretty much what I did upstairs there with the Il Mango design that will spit all the items into a water stream. So I've got 4 of these, so it can definitely keep up with all the items. So when an item goes into the dropper, it just gets spat into this water stream and goes up to join the other water stream. So if you are using the ocean monument as your base, this is the perfect spot to store all the items. There is plenty of room. We're nowhere near bedrock. We're at level 16, so there's still plenty more room. But I would put a massive storage system in here. But we're sending our items up. So what I've done instead is we've got our water stream that will contain all the items coming along here. This is pretty much exactly as my tutorial, but I stopped the ice right there. So what I'm doing is I've got 3 item sorters here, all for the cooked fish, and I figured no matter how fast the items are coming through, 3 item sorters should be enough to handle it. And then I've got 3 for shards and 3 for the crystals. And so they just go through a little item sorter. So then they go into a little dropper combination. I'm going to make sure I don't fall down here. So the hoppers lead straight down. I've got 2 droppers facing straight down here. And this is a variation of the Il Mango design that will collect all the items in the droppers and spit them out into water streams. So when the item sorter filters an item, this torch will turn off for a second or longer than a second, depending on how many items we've got coming through, and that'll unlock that dropper. So I've got an observer block here looking at the dropper. So as soon as this unlocks, that picks it up, powers that dropper. This observer will pick it up, power this dropper, and it just goes in a clock. And so 2 droppers facing straight down, both are getting powered, are going to shoot all the items down into a little water stream here. So all the fish go flying off down the ice stream and up they go to the storage system, and then the shards go up here, the crystals go up here. This took me quite a while to do because I was worried about making it look good for some reason, even though it's just redstone. And I built this entire thing first, and then when I found out where these water streams would be shooting up, I ended up moving the entire thing just so I could have 2 of the water streams dead straight. I thought it looked a lot prettier. Probably a waste of time, and I'm convinced there is a better way to do this. See, I'm using 3 droppers to drop each item here, so like I'm just a bit worried about the lag. Like, it shouldn't be too bad. Like the Mango design uses 2 droppers, this uses 3. It's not too bad, but you know, one day, like, I'm sure there's a better way to do it, and one day I may design something for that. But what will also happen is when you do the manual killing, you're going to get slightly different items. You can get puffer fish, I think, and on our server we'll also get fish heads. So any items that do not go into these item sorters, that is not cooked fish, shards or crystals, will continue on, and it gets dropped down into a water stream right here and falls down that hole, and you can see just underneath the glass the water stream continues, and that all leads up into this chest right here. And so I've just got, how many blocks can I break here? All of them, I think. I'm not going to flood any, no, I'm worried about that for a sec. So what you can do after your manual killing mode, all the crystals and that will be taken out and sent up to our storage, but anything that you only get when you do player kills will come into this chest, so you can take what you want, any heads or anything like that. Anything you don't want, you just push this button, and it's basically a bin. So what'll happen is, just behind this block on the other side, we've got a hopper underneath this chest. And when you push the button, what happens? You can't really see it, but there's a redstone torch right there. It'll turn off for a second and turns off that repeater and unlocks that hopper. So all the items will start to flow away. And as long as there are items trickling out of the chest, this comparator will stay on, keeping that block powered and keeping the torch turned off. So basically, you can have a full chest of items here. Do I need this dirt? I probably don't. You push the button, and that lamp will stay on until every single item has left the chest, and then the hopper underneath will lock again. And just over here I've got a little clock powering that dropper, and that's shooting all the items straight down into lava. So that is a nifty little bin. And there we go, all the items are gone, so the hopper underneath is now locked again. You can put items in without losing them. Alright, let's patch up this mess. So this has been tons and tons of work to get all these water streams in place, and I've done it a couple of times because just like when I built my Guardian farm, I didn't really know where I was going with this, so I kept building things and taking it apart, but it's looking pretty good now. It's just a shame it's just redstone. There's no real reason to come down here unless there's something breaks. But yeah, like I said, if you're using the Guardian farm as your base, just put your big storage system down here. It would be so much easier. But anyway, guys, I am done. Like, this is all ready to go. All I need to do is go up the top and break all the blocks and allow the Guardians to fall down here. But we're not going to do that until I have... Oh gosh, let's hope they haven't all busted out everywhere. Ah! How'd you get out? Oh! We have found the problem. Aha! So maybe it was that person's fault that they died. They might have broken that by accident and they all flooded out. So maybe it wasn't my fault. Maybe it was their own fault. Are you going to go into that lava or what, mate? You're not, are you? I have to take you out. So anyway, guys, we are going to leave it here for the moment because I have tons and tons of work to do upstairs trying to redo my water streams. It is going to be an absolute nightmare. Okay, I'm back a lot sooner than I thought I was going to be because I just checked my messages and the poor soul that had been in here had left me a message. So yes, we know what's happened now, and it must have just happened before I logged on as well. So if you don't already know, 1.13.1 has a bit of a bug. If you go to video settings, I got my particle effects set to minimal, but usually everyone has it set to all. And this is what happens if you've got your particle effects set high when there are bubble columns all around the ocean monument. You cannot play, so you need to set them for minimal. Before you even come in here, same thing with blaze farms. As soon as you get a lot of blaze spawning, because of their particle effects, you will get the same amount of lag. So poor hungry squid came through the portal, experienced all that lag, and turned around and saw this chamber absolutely full of guardians, which was intentional because I've stopped killing them. But he thought it was the guardians causing the lag, so that hole in the glass was punched by him trying to help out and kill them all to kill the lag, basically. But yes, he logged out. Like, his message said, "I've logged out. I had to log out before I died," but he'd obviously died and not even seen it happen. So we've got the elytra, that's the important one. Helmet's still there, but boots and breastplate, I don't know. They may have broken. The guardians take their toll on your armor. So I might just grab a sign and put that up on the other side of the portal saying, "Turn your particle effects down before you come in. We don't need another repeat of this." There we go. Poor squid. Well, that was actually pretty easy. It might have something to do with me having built this so recently. I knew the design like the back of my hand, but yeah, it wasn't too bad. Even with all the soul sand pushing all the guardians up, we managed to get it done in probably about 3 hours or so. It would be so much quicker without the soul sand killing us with the guardians coming to visit constantly. But yeah, it also helped that I had all the guardians stuck in a little holding pen. And that's where we're going now, because this is my old system for collecting the items. I've completely disconnected it now. So we are going to send them all down to the new system, which I hope I have built correctly. Okay, it is the moment of truth. Let's hope they don't all spill in my face. See you guys. So I had one tiny little problem. I looked down at the bottom and these guys were not dying. I just had a mass of them down there, and my heart went to my throat. I'm like, oh, have I built everything wrong? But no, I checked down there and I had everything at the right level. And then it hit me, and I quickly went and checked on the world that I did the tutorial for this. And sure enough, it was set to normal difficulty. And on this server, we're playing on super duper hard. So these guys have more health. So that's why they weren't dying. So I've had to do it. I've added an extra layer of lava. I didn't really want to do that because every now and then there's one doing it right now. Every now and then you'll get one swim up and he'll just die in the lava and you lose the drops. But what am I going to do except lower that entire thing down by another 10 or 15 blocks? I can't be bothered. I might do it at some stage, you never know. But yeah, and at the moment they're dying a little bit slower than in the tutorial as well. But they are all dying. It looks like some of them aren't, but I've checked, they're all dying. So that was a little bit of an issue. And for those of you who are very observant, yes, I know my levels are different. I am talking to you from the future. So no spoilers. And everything down here is working correctly. And I've been letting this run, and I haven't actually seen the third dropper fire anything yet. It probably will, but so it could be that you only need 2 item sorters to manage to get all the items. I just wanted 3 because anything that passes those guys will end up in the manual kill chamber. Alrighty, so I've fixed this XP area up. I didn't really change anything. I just put a line of blocks at the back there and moved my water so they are up nice and close and they cannot shoot me while they're down here. Although I have noticed, because of this being on hard difficulty and my tutorial being on the normal difficulty, I don't think I kill them as easily with the sword. I might. I'm using a smite sword, and I think the sweeping edge is taking them out, but maybe not all of them. I don't know, it's a little bit hard to tell. I mean, the levels are cranking in. Maybe it's working just fine. Maybe I need to get myself a sharpness 5 sword with fire aspect for down here. That'd be cool. Although they're sitting in water, I don't know if the fire aspect's actually going to work. And here's the other little thing that I was always worried about this killing chamber. Because I've got the water flowing in from each side and then slabs here, items can float to the top of the water and not get picked up by the hoppers. They can get picked up by the player, like I just picked up those fish then, so that's another thing. So this isn't perfect, but I don't know, it's working. Well, guys, we are done for today. Not everything went exactly as planned, but we have learned something. Cortezerino doesn't think to check the level of difficulty that he's playing on when he does a tutorial. So the Guardian Farm is for normal difficulty. If you're playing on hard, either just add another layer of lava or drop the killing thing down low, and that'll probably kill them faster. But look at this, look at the drops. It is definitely working. So cheers, guys. I'm Cortezerino. I will see you later.